How's it feel to be back home?
Feels great, man. Really feels great. Been a long time.
What were you able to do? Were you able to do anything around here today, or was it just busy?
I looked out my window while I was working at the Boston Common, saw the State House, and breathed the fresh New England air and the upcoming winter, and focused on how we could possibly beat the Boston Celtics.
Did you go back to Framingham by any chance?
No, I didn't have time.
Was there anybody there that?
In town, no. But I do have a sister that lives in Newton, Mass. Yeah. But she'll be coming to the game now.
What's her name?
Karen. Yeah.
What were your memories of Celtics growing up? Do you remember telling me coaching or?
Oh, I remember a lot. You know, I was an ardent follower. I sat in my bedroom with a transistor radio glued to my ear, listening to Johnny Most broadcasts. Some people here are too young to remember even what a transistor radio is. Some are not. But I was a great follower of the Celtics. Bill Russell was my idol, and probably was one of the Celtics teams were the reasons I fell in love with basketball the way that I did. And now I'm in another place, and a great place.
What is it like coaching LeBron James?
Pleasurable, fabulous talent, great basketball IQ. A guy who, like Bill Russell, is about the right things, about winning, about making his teammates around him better, about taking responsibility, about being accountable. He's a man who respects the game and badly wants to bring a championship to Cleveland. What's not to like?
For all those years overseas, did you always think that you would wind up in the NBA, or was that something that you
honestly, no. It wasn't something that I dreamed about on a daily basis. Probably more so when I was a kid than when I was a grown-up. But over time, as I made my way through different situations in Europe, and fortunately was part of many great teams and great successes, I began to think that what was left for me was to come full circle and come back home. And I'm glad and lucky and fortunate that I have the opportunity to be standing here talking to you just about that.
And how different, obviously you wanted the job in the first place, but how different did things become from the time that you accepted the job until the summer was over and the roster was so good?
Enormous changes, obviously. You know, I came in with the idea of building a new program and trying to help the team gain respectability after some very difficult seasons. And then when we managed to get a good decision from KYRIE to re-up and extend his deal, and not long after for LeBron to make the courageous and admirable decision that he did, to be followed by Mike Miller and James Jones and Sean Marion. And then not long after, Kevin Love. Obviously, things looked different at that point than they did when I came in.
So what's it like going from you thought you're going to be rebuilding to if you don't win the title, everyone will be disappointed?
Well, you know, it's a typical Boston question. I don't know. You can take the kid out of Boston, but you can't take Boston out of the kid. You know, I don't know exactly if that's the expectation right away. You know, I think that there's a process in anything that you do. I do believe that we have the talent and we have the player and the players and the experience and the personalities to dream of great things. But I also think that you need to be patient and to give this time to develop in the right way, to work very, very hard at taking the right steps, whether they be baby steps or giant steps towards your goal.
What's it, you know, you have your ideas and your system. Now you have people like LeBron to run these things.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of stuff is that?
Well, you know, part of it is, of course, to get these guys to adjust to the things that I want to do, but part of it is also me adjusting to what their strengths are. You know, when you have great target players like LeBron, like Kevin Love, like Kyrie Irving, and others, you have to be smart about how you build your system. You know, you have to mold it to a certain extent to what their strengths are, not only to doing maybe the different or exciting things we might have done overseas just because it looked good and because it worked there. We're trying to to get to the point where we find a happy medium between what works best for this team. And of late, we've sort of started to find our groove, at least offensively, and I hope it continues.
Sean came here expecting to play a little 2, a little 3, a little 4. Now he's the starting shooting guard. How have you seen him adjust to that change in role?
Yeah, I don't know if you offensively call him a starting shooting guard. Again, in my mind, you know, definable positions are appropriate in certain cases. Probably with our team, it's a little different because we have very versatile type players, and we're playing offense in a certain way that tries to take advantage of that versatility. You know, Sean has always been an all-around the court guy. You know, despite his height, he's had several years where he shot the 3 ball a great deal. I don't know if you'd ever call him a shooting guard. On the other hand, you know, can he guard 2s? Yeah. Can he come off a screen and curl and make a play like a 2? Yes. But he's certainly capable of playing with his back to the basket, of slashing to the rim, of offensive rebounding from a number of spots on the floor. And I think what we're trying to do is get Sean to be Sean and allow him to contribute to us in a way that he's comfortable.
Coach, how would you evaluate protection around the rim for your teams thus far?
You know, we're not a team that has great shot blocking. On the other hand, if you look at our you know, at our schemes, we you know, we can protect the rim. It's just not necessarily with shot blocking. But that's an area we have to do a better job in.
And what if it's not just shot blocking? How would you guys?
Got to do a great job in quick return. You got to do a great job at the point of entry. You know, blow-bys are such a big part of basketball today. If you're getting beat at the point of entry, you know, defense is going to have to react, and any number of bad things can happen. You know, it's sort of like going into the old tunnel here in Boston before the big dig. You know, you didn't know where you went in, but you never knew where you were coming out. So, you know, we hope to rectify that.
You ended the Denver game with Kevin, I think, at the 5.
Sure.
And then Sean and LeBron at the 4 positions. Can we see more of that lineup?
Could, yeah. You know, that we're going to put a lineup on the floor that we think we can win with, and that's the lineup that worked for us. So that's what we did. It's not ingrained in stone, but you know, something that we'll take advantage of if we feel it'll help us.
Coach, when you first found out that LeBron agreed to come, did you start drawing the moments? Did you start drawing up plays? Did you do a cartwheel? What was privately in your room by yourself? What did you do, or what was your initial
drawing plays or cartwheel? I was thinking more something along the lines of backflips. But those days for me are over, man. When I was growing up in Framingham, I could have done 1 or 2, but those days are gone for me. Obviously, you know, that's an enormous boon for any team, for any coach, for any city, and that's what I was thinking about.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.